Hey guys, I'm Senfglass. I'm joined by Jackie-chan, and we are going to be casting the winners match of Group D between BunnyHoppor and Dr. J.
Yeah, didn't actually get a chance to watch any of the games, so I actually have no idea what any of their decks are. But I'm assuming there's some priest bands in there somewhere.
Yeah, that's quite likely. I'm not sure. I think I've heard that Dr. J doesn't even have priest in his lineup.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of people that have done quite well without priest in the lineup. I'm
Okay.
not 100% sure if it's the right choice,
Well,
but if it works, it works.
I guess we'll find out. First game looks like it's going to be BunnyHoppor's Rogue against Dr. J's Mage. Is it a big
Yeah.
mage? Is the secret mage? There's your answer.
You asked for
It looks like a secret mage. Can't be 100% sure, because I feel like most people don't run Frost Nova, but guess we are about
Yeah,
to
I
figure
actually
it out.
don't really like the Frost Nova list, but
Me
What-
neither, too much.
yeah.
I just feel like I'd rather keep that minion pressure up and finish with the burn spells instead of having a Frost Nova.
Yeah, the problem
In
with secret
hand
mages
in
is they
early
don't have that many good early minions. Like, they have really strong early minions, but they just don't have that many.
Yeah. They're just-
BunnyHoppor's hand is not looking very great. Although backstab is very good against mage. He plays
Yeah,
around counter spell really
backstab
nice.
works.
Kills mana worm. Kills arcanologist. Generally, I feel like you always want to be on coin when you're against secret mage. It just makes it so much easier to play around counter spell.
Yeah, that's true, but Rogue probably out of all decks has the easiest time to play around it.
Yeah.
With Backstab, Shadow Stab, Cold Blood if they run it, but I'm not sure everyone runs it. So, yeah. Rogue probably doesn't mind too much, but you'd probably still rather be on a coin.
BunnyHoppor thinking, should I play this Firefly on turn 1? Is there any reason not to?
I think he's just, at this point, he's just making it look like he has decisions.
Should I play this Swashbuckler
Should I
or
play
this
this
Firefly?
Swashbuckler or this Firefly?
Yeah.
Maybe even a Southsea deckhand? Yeah.
Should I play the patches that I drew? Oh, that's counter spell.
I mean, those are little mind games. I'd probably fall for that. I mean, at least on ladder. No, on ladder I'd totally fall for that
Yeah?
stuff. But if you know that you're against a really strong player, you keep in mind that he might do stuff like that.
Double backstab. Expect probably just a backstab dagger here, clear that up.
Yeah, but again, BunnyHoppor taking his time,
Yeah, got a
Yes.
6 mana corridor creeper.
because why not?
Are you happy playing a corridor creeper for 3 mana?
If I don't have alternatives, sure.
Yeah.
If I feel like I need a tempo, yeah, but
I feel like at 4 mana, even though 4 mana 5/5 is good, I'm really never happy playing a 4 mana corridor creeper.
yeah, it's not that it's bad, it's just that it could be even better.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more of the reasoning why you rarely play for, like, why you a lot of times just play it for that 0 mana.
Racy could go with the apprentice, but it just dies on board.
Yeah,
Just don't go
kinda
through the glyph.
does the right thing by coining out a 2/3. Gets
Ooh,
a bit punished
Shifting scroll? That doesn't work with Primordial Glyph,
by...
right?
It actually does.
It does?
I have just experienced that in my last game.
So if you got a Primordial Glyph, it would be... I mean, a Violence Portal, it would be 5 mana?
Yes.
Wow.
I had no idea either. I'm pretty sure I played against Orange and he played a 1 mana Arcane Intellect from Shifting Scroll. I must be wrong, but we're about to see it next turn.
I can't believe you actually picked that as well. Like, I was expecting maybe like Simulacrum, because you can just get like another Source Apprentice or something like that.
But it's such an investment, right? It's like a 3 mana Sorcerer's Apprentice. Is that really something you want?
Yeah.
And I mean, if he's aware of the mechanic that could just transform into a 5 mana Flame Strike, why not?
Yeah, 5 mana Flame Strike sounds pretty good against Rogue. BunnyHoppor has, in fact, drawn patches, which he's definitely not happy about.
Yeah, but you're just not heavy. Still ahead on board though. And I think
Wow.
Yeah, there we go. See?
3 mana Kabbalist Tome. Oh, I would love to see Racy play here. Dr. J, sorry. Dr. J is actually playing on Racy's account, and so it has Racy's name on the screen. So apologies for that.
It's still just strong, right? You can't do that.
Okay.
All right, so we could see a Corridor Creeper in this turn, but it could be 0 mana later.
Yeah. I mean, I think BunnyHoppor's probably thinking about the explosive runes as well as counterspell.
Yeah.
And if it's explosive runes, I don't think you want to play the Corridor Creeper into that.
Alright, just starts the turn with the backstab, and I guess we just see Serenite Changing. Like the Corridor Creeper, it's just gonna be cheaper, right? There are gonna be 5 minions on board then, and it's very soon gonna be very cheap. And it's not even like the Corridor Creeper. It puts more stats on board.
Yeah, and the Serenite Chain Gang is like pretty resilient, which means they've got a lot of health, and so they're likely to survive to get the Scalebane buff next turn. Whereas if you were to like trade into the 4/3 and then play the Corridor Creeper, it could just die to Fireball, and then Scalebane's not got anything to buff.
Besides, he still can take the damage. I mean,
Dr. J's got a Frostbolt, which will help clear it up, but Barrier is not really what he's looking for. However, if he plays the Apprentice, he can play a 0 mana barrier and then play Valet.
exactly. I just thought of the same. Like the barrier is like usually it's, I guess, not the greatest card in an aggressive matchup, but with the Aluneth in hand, it might just be that extra HP that he needs to
that's
keep
true.
drawing all his cards.
Dr. J could actually win the long game here. Like, Secret Mage is generally very all out, but when you have the weapon, it can just give you so much resources. Whereas Rogue could just run out of stuff.
Yeah, and also it kind of makes BunnyHoppor's turn awkward. Cause, I don't think Ice Barrier is something that he has in mind yet so far.
I mean, I think we're probably going to be seeing a 0 mana Creeper here, maybe followed by a Scalebane.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. He still has Patches and Milespine Slayer for the next turn.
Yeah. But BunnyHoppor knows that because that secret was created, it could be anything.
It could be Mirror Entity,
He doesn't
right?
just have to play around
and
the
I don't think he tests that. He ever tests with the dagger to the face first. Therefore, it's.
But if
what
it is
might
entity, he has
seem
the
like
Battle Spine to clear it up.
Yeah, what might seem like an obvious turn to us is still a bit trickier for him. But yeah, still does the right thing.
So we can have a 0 mana 5/5 of a different sort here in Cabal Crystal Runner.
Yeah, 0 mana 5/5s. Good Sin's thing from below.
Good Sin's thing from below.
Empty your hand and just play that
I wonder
weapon next turn.
I wonder what will be the next 0 mana 5/5 that Blizzard prints.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, he's probably gonna Patches and charge that face.
I would expect the Patches Battle Spine here over the Cairn.
Plays around the Vaporize.
Whoa.
Realize it's barrier. I think now he's a lot less worried.
Gifting Scroll. It's a cool card. I haven't played with that card much at all.
Yeah, but still, even though it seems like the kind of hand you want to have as mage for Dr. J, but yeah, equipping that weapon into a board with 12 damage, while being on only 24 HP.
Fireball's actually a really nice draw. Like, he needed a way to kill this Corridor Creeper.
Yeah,
that gives him that. This Cairn is not gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be quite a challenge for. Even though Ray C would win the long game, I guess, with that weapon equipped, but for 2 cards in hand, BunnyHoppor still has a lot of steam with that Cairn, and just it's getting closer.
So Dr. J could do some kind of like Mana Worm, Fireball, Frostbolt or something, or Mana Worm, Fireball, Ping. He's definitely gonna. The 8/5 has to die without a doubt. He could also play Explosive Runes.
I imagine he goes Mana Worm, Firebolts, 8/5, Frostbolts, the Milespine Slayer.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Do you ever frostball the Cairn over the
yeah,
Valspine?
I just thought about that as well.
Yeah, I think Cairn's better, because if you do the Valspine, he just trades the Cairn in.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's nice.
That's the Cairn is better. The argument for the Wildspine is that he can ping it off next turn.
Yeah.
But if he trades the Wildspine into the mana bomb now, he could ping off.
I must have more.
Alright. That, however, is not...
It's not really what Dr. J is looking for. Really, Dr. J wants something reactive here. He wants to be able to kind of clear up BunnyHoppor's board and then develop stuff. Because if he just develops minions now, he's just gonna die, pretty much.
Yeah. I imagine we're gonna see a Blizzard and just push 6 to the face. You still have the Cairn on board to finish off, trigger him on 1.
Yeah.
For the next turn. You can't really remove that.
Seems good.
As you know, you're not really gonna win a long game, so... In before you die. Oh, he decides to go for Wild. I don't... Yeah, it's probably fine. Yeah, actually, this might even be better.
I mean, you're never going to need the Battle Cry of the Valspine, because at this point you're just trying to finish them off, and the Mage doesn't have any big minions anyway.
You might want to save it for the next turn in case the Mage somehow develops a big board.
Yeah, but then you're just going to Blizzard, right?
Yeah,
so
that's what I mean. That's what he wants to save the Blizzard for. The risk like this is that... you saw Fireball on the Frostboard, right? Okay. Was that a counterspell? Did you?
It was counterspell, yeah.
It was counterspell.
But BunnyHoppor literally drew like 2 backstabs. One of them got countered, and then the other one didn't get triggered because he had no secrets, no spells. Sorry. So yeah.
Yeah,
Mage doing mage things.
Quick game 1. You mean Rogue doing Rogue?
Rogue doing rogue things.
Yeah, it wasn't the craziest Rogue hand, but the backstabs did a lot of work.
Yeah, be interesting to see what he cues into it. Rogue is just one of those decks that can just beat everything. It's not like a deck that is easy to counter. You know what I mean? Like Control Warlock is pretty good against it. Things like Big Spell Mage are pretty good against Rogue, but it is pretty versatile and can beat anything.
All right, Dr. J thinking his best way to beat a Rogue is just skew the mirror.
Yeah, seems good. Backstab is really good in the mirror as well. But what's even better is Keleseth. And there is 0 Keleseth around right now.
Oh
wow. Yeah.
My money is always on the guy that doesn't draw patches.
Yeah. I mean, what if they could both draw patches? That would make things interesting. I'm interested. Do you think BunnyHoppor's going to keep 1 backstab here or 2? Also, Captain is interesting because you can coin the Captain on 2.
How bad? Like, yeah, I think that's what he's thinking as well. But I mean, what's so wrong about having 2 backstabs?
You can just kind of run out of stuff really early.
That's a problem, right? But
Yeah.
there's most likely going to be stuff that you want to be dealing with. I mean, having 2 backstab definitely helped him a lot in the last game.
Because you don't want to be backstabbing things like Firefly. You want to backstab like things like Captain and then finishing it off with the dagger. So it's like, decides to keep both backstabs and Captain.
Why not?
Yeah, and he's about to find out that Dr. J has patches in hand.
You'd definitely like to see that.
You'd love to see that.
And BunnyHoppor probably just gonna pass here.
Yeah, I mean, he could pull the patches out and trade, but then the 2-1 would just die to the dagger, so it really doesn't feel worth it. Especially when you have the Captain in hand. Like, you could, like, dagger on 2, and then on turn 3 do, like, Captain coin deckhand or something like that.
I mean, I guess on turn 2 you just go for dagger, right? And on turn 3 you go for Captain coin South Sea, something, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Oh, well, I said fucking dagger.
Did you say
yeah, I said dagger instead of South Sea, but...
Yeah.
But I meant my bad.
Might have been a bit confused, yeah.
Yeah, I say the wrong words a lot of the time.
Coining out a dagger, always a great thing to do.
You remember? Oh, the punish! I love it.
Punish for not playing the South Sea one. Come
yeah,
on,
it is a punish.
It is not a punish.
It's a huge punish.
You just get. It's only a punish if you did something wrong.
Yeah, well, if he had played the Sassy deckhand, he wouldn't have drawn badges right now.
All right,
which means that he did something wrong.
All right, bitch shit. Nice analogy.
Well, it's an even playing field now.
Yeah.
Lotus Assassin, that Dr. J has picked up, is actually really good in this matchup. Like, you can make like favorable trades and then keep it on low health, like 1 or 2 health, and the opponent just can't deal with it because it's got stealth.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a rogue. It's just a solid rogue card. Doesn't quite make the cuts. The cut in competitive decks, but
it's not too far off.
Wouldn't say it's a bad card. No. I guess arena rogues would always love to have that card in their deck.
Yeah. It's so awkward. Yeah. I mean, you could play like the deckhand and like clear one up and then go like Firefly Elemental. BunnyHoppor just gonna read Dagger here and play the Firefly. Okay.
I think I like it. I like it. He's just valuing his resources. A lot of times in the aggressive mirror matchups, the guy that doesn't run out of steam is doing better than the other guy. So that's just what BunnyHoppor is doing right now. Getting that extra little bit of value from his dagger charges in, and yeah, it wasn't really anything really appealing that turn.
Yeah, this Corridor of Creeper is probably going to play a big part in this game, because the turn Dr. J gets to play the Corridor Creeper for cheap 0 mana, or maybe even 1 or 2, is just going to give him a huge tempo swing, and could maybe kind of swing it for him. Drawing Corridor Creeper is always such a massive deal in these matchups, like drawing it early. Like if you draw in the mid game, it's just so much slower.
Yeah.
Spellbreaker picked up by BunnyHoppor. So like the best things for Spellbreaker in this matchup are like Edwin, something that's had Bone Mare used on it. I mean, he could just use it on this Tar Creep if he really wanted to. It could mean he could finish off with the Firefly with his dagger.
I think we often thinks about either using the Spellbreaker. Yeah, like I guess you don't have to hold it for like Bone Mare Cairn.
No,
those would be the targets in Rogue, but when you're in a position where your opponent buffs a minion with Bone Mare, Silence is probably not not gonna win you the game.
Backstab coming out. Is he gonna go with the draw or with the Lotus Assassin?
He could. I think you just.
I think Lotus Assassin's fine here. Like you have the patches to activate any combos whenever you need it.
You can go. Nah, I'd say Corridor Creeper, right? Like that 1/1's for sure gonna die on board, and then you have Corridor Creeper.
Yeah.
Plus the Minstrel, and probably the Corridor Creeper's just gonna be for 0.
Yeah. BunnyHoppor has a lot of 1-mana cards in his hand. He hasn't drawn much value at all. He has the Cairn, which we might see coined out here. The problem with coining Cairn is that it's so weak to the Lotus Assassin.
Yeah, the entire game kind of lined up awkwardly for BunnyHoppor. He kept a double backstab, but there was never really a target like a Captain or an SI7 agent that you want to backstab, so I mean, it might look weak to some to keep the backstab, but even like the 3/2 that draws cards, you know, you're not gonna see that 1 to only. I
mean, it's definitely a decision whether you keep 1 or 2, right? Like you're always keeping 1, but like 2, it's kind of a tough call. Because like if he hadn't kept 2, maybe he would have drawn more minions, which is kind of what you like. As much as the deck is tempo rogue and you need tempo, you don't want to run out of stuff, and that could be what happens to BunnyHoppor here.
Yeah, but again, he could have just like drawn a SI7 and Edwin. He neither get any really Wild Spine Slayer, you know. He just didn't get any ways where he needs any draws where he needs the backstab as an activator, and his opponent didn't play any high priority targets for the backstab. So
yeah, so Creeper coming out. Are we going to see a Shadow Stepped? Oh, I was going to say Shadow Stepped Minstrel, but Keleseth might change things.
I think you just dagger and pick up the value trade.
Yeah, seems good.
I mean, just max out that. Do the jump trade, right?
I mean, at this point, Shadow Stepping Keleseth is.
Oh no, he restuffed it. He attacked already with the Lotus Assassin. Yeah. I somehow missed that. My fault.
At this point, like, Shadow Stepping the Collector isn't as valuable because you've already drawn a lot of cards and you've played your Minstrel, so you kind of don't have that much draw. But giving your whole deck +2/+2 is never a bad thing.
Yeah. On the other hand, you can still do that next turn. Like, what you're basically doing is you're buffing a minion +2/+2 in case you top deck one.
Yeah.
Like, he can still go for that Kelsif now. And
BunnyHoppor is really hoping Dr. J makes this trade here. He wants his 5/2 to go away so that he can play his Cairn.
Yeah, it's likely that he will do it, right? I mean, it's turn 7 coming up. You don't really want to play into Bone Mare. But he doesn't have to do it. He can just play the South Sea Captain.
Yeah, so I'm assuming he patches and trade. But it's interesting to see if Dr. J is going to attack with the 5/2 here. Like, how much does he value the stealth?
We saw an SI7 agent. You have Leroy's Shadow Step in hand. I guess it's just...
Yeah, faces the place.
Just get that damage in.
So the Leroy Shadow Step is 12 damage. Plus the dagger is 13 damage from hand right now. Aha!
Aha. Yeah, that's
And
it.
that might just be that.
Pretty sure he's not gonna miss that.
Surprise, surprise, he finds a lethal. So this time it was Rogue doing Rogue things. And Dr. J picks up the win.
Well, didn't he draw patches? I mean, it wasn't really the rogue. It wasn't really the typical rogue crazy things, right? It just...
Yeah, I felt like BunnyHoppor drew really awkwardly there. He kind of had so many low value cards and not many tempo plays in the mid game. And just BunnyHoppor, sorry, and Dr. J was just able to kind of take initiative with like the 0 mana 5/5 and
yeah, getting the board and winning the game. Alright, series tied at 1-1 next game. BunnyHoppor will be queuing up Warlock, which, yeah, I think a lot of people are using as the rogue counter in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because Rogue used to be kind of like a counter to when people played Arena Lock. Like people play Miracle Rogue as like a counter to Arena Lock. But now this Rogue, the current Rogue people are playing has a lot less value and it's a lot more aggressive. And the current tools that Warlock has so many good anti-aggro tools right now that it just has a lot of answers to the early Rogue pressure.
It's just incredibly hard to beat that early Void Lord if they pull it out as Rogue.
Yeah.
It's usually those are the stages where you just you're afraid of AoE, you wanna push face damage and finish the game, and the Void Lord just prevents that from happening. However, I do think... Nah, I'm not sure about Ray C. Yeah, Ray C's on the Rogue.
Dr. J.
Spellbreaker... Dr. J.
It's so confusing.
Yeah, Dr. J is playing on Ray C's account, that's why. I'm sorry if we've messed it up before. It might be a bit confusing. Yeah.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
I don't know if Dr. J runs a Spellbreaker, which could help a lot.
Yeah, we saw BunnyHoppor have the Spellbreaker, but Dr. J, we're not sure. I mean, we don't actually know what type of Warlock this is, right? It could be the Q block.
Yeah, I mean, could be anything so far. Like the different type of Warlocks we've seen, I guess, were just Warlocks that run the 2/4.
Yeah.
Demon with Taunt.
Homunculus. Oh, Howl Fiend picked up by Dr. J. That's not something he's going to want to play until he's literally played everything else.
Yeah. And like smaller demons, like the Dreadlord, relatively small demons, and then there's just that 5-drop 2/2 that recruits in Void Lord from your deck. That I think is, in my opinion, might be the best Warlock list.
Yeah.
Wish I had brought it myself. Also, sometimes with Doom Guards and just the cube. I mean, there are also some people that run a recruit guy without cube. But yeah. Alright, probably just gonna be seeing another Mistress of Mixtures here.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What do you think of the chances of seeing a Howl Fiend right now?
I don't think that card's gonna be played.
The whole game?
Especially not against Warlock. I mean, even though it's now not vulnerable to Defile.
It will be eventually.
You just lose the game if you play that.
Ooh, Rin. Not really that impactful in this matchup. It's a solid body to play, but yeah, the spells you get from it are generally not going to be relevant.
Yeah.
Dr. J has double Vial Span in hand, so he almost in a way wants BunnyHoppor to start playing some
Oh
big,
wow,
big
that's a
boys.
big draw.
Spellstone.
I mean, you just saw that. The way it works is that you draw the card and then you damage yourself. So therefore, the Spellstone gets buffed from that.
Oh really? I actually
From that
didn't
draw,
know
yeah.
that. Oh wow.
See, draw a card, deal 2 damage to your hero.
Ah.
Hearthstone cards are actually consistent when it comes to that.
Oh,
It
consistency, Bogjam.
Yeah, it first draws the card and then it damages your hero. Therefore, the card that you draw gets buffed. It's the
Pretty
same
nice.
thing with Ultimate Infestation. It first deals 5 damage, then it summons... No, wait. Then you gain... draw 5 cards. Then you gain... summon a 5/5 and then you gain the armor. I mean, I just for sure know that the Druid Spellstone also gets buffed by Ultimate
Oh,
Infestation. Interesting thing to know, huh?
Yeah. Important.
Yeah, it's... like now with the Spellstones, it's become relevant.
Though, interesting DrJikininki goes with the Valspine there. He could have done Stab Minstrel and trade the Captain off. I guess he does have the double Valspine in hand, and this also keeps his Captain alive. So it's definitely the better tempo play.
Yeah. I agree, there's nothing wrong with doing that.
And BunnyHoppor could go with the Spellstone here, clear up the Valspine. He could Hellfire and leave the 3/1/1 health, or he could just tap in on the Tar
I like
Creeper.
this, I like this. I think he's thinking, hey, next turn my opponent might be playing a 5/5 and I can just Hellfire, Defile, buff my Spellstone even more. So I get to tap in.
Yeah, and he also has the Thalnos, so he has the potential for a 4 damage AoE if he wants.
Yeah.
With the Hellfire.
No, I believe that Thanos... we'll see. Dr. J no longer on the coin.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're probably going to see... Well, we could also see the Spellstone. Like, you could go with the Thalnos Hellfire, or we could see, like, Thalnos Spellstone.
I would like... could also be Thalnos Defile. I kinda personally don't dislike the Spellstone. Like, what he wants to do is... he has to ask himself, how do I prevent that turn 7 bone mare from happening with the current hand I'm having? And yeah,
Which
are
is
you
why
gonna
the
save your
Spellstone-
AoE or your Spellstone? The
Yeah.
Spellstone would get punished by a couple of small guys. The AoE would get punished by a single, solid-sided minion like a 5/5.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably at this point expecting next turn to come down something like a Scalebane, or like a Cairn, or something like that.
Yeah. See, definitely not an easy decision for BunnyHoppor here.
It's definitely not. I mean, you could... the fact that Defile saves you a lot of health could mean you even go Defile over the Hellfire, potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, BunnyHoppor agrees.
Also drawing a bit more through his deck.
Ooh, tap
Trying
blast.
to get... Like, no, that was fine. Like, you simply play the Thalnos first.
Yeah, of
Also, I
course.
think a reason why he tapped was because if he finds his 2/2/5 drop recruit guy, I gotta get better with names if I wanna.
Is it Possessed
That's not-
Lackey?
Possessed Lackey, yeah. You
Yeah, you
wanna
can just
just
use it.
dark pack that,
Yeah.
and that could just finish the game if you pull a void.
It'd be interesting, like, if he hadn't drawn the Dark Pact, maybe he wouldn't have tapped. Like, the Dark Pact can obviously give you a lot of healing, and so it can be a bit make you safer to tap. Also, I think the fact he has the Spellstone, he knows that he's going to be getting some lifesteal off of that.
All right.
Ooh, we could even see Barnes into Dark Pact here.
Yeah, but then, I mean, seeing a Wildspine Slayer being used like this, you just know there has to be a Bone Man hand. And
Yeah.
there can't be a lot of strong stuff.
Yeah,
So-
but then if you get like the Possessed Lackey, it's insane. If you get Void Lord, it's
Yeah.
insane.
Maybe just considering his outs here. He could still kill the... He could still kill the buffed up Wildspine Slayer next turn. And he'd get a lot of health now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Spellstone is probably the safe play.
Yeah, I think so.
But we-
Also
we-
with
we don't-
Twisting Net in hand.
We don't want to see the safe play. I don't want to see the safe play. I want to see Barnes. Barnes into Dark Pact. It's kind of a tough call. Oh, I love it.
balls. I'm not 100% sure. I think he played 2 Mistress of Mixtures, right? He's probably
Yeah,
thinking of
he-
all the chance of him just getting that. Yeah, he gets it.
Gets it, and that's huge.
That was... I think we saw 2 Mistress of Mixtures, right? We saw...
Yeah, that's the thing though. He still had
We saw
Tainted Zealot.
Thanos.
We saw one of the 1 mana 2/1 Librarians. So he did have another one of those. That would have been a complete low roll.
I don't think there were that many bad... Like, the chances of just getting one of your 4 high rolls were quite high, I'd say. And... Yeah, even if it... Like, it's not like you automatically lose if you don't do that.
Yeah, and now you could literally just win Drain Soul, trade the Void Lord in, and you're pretty happy with the position you're in, I think.
Drain Soul in the deck, right? I just see.
Yeah.
It's-
You like it? I
mean,
quite like Drain Soul.
I think he just, like, I'm pretty sure in last year's standings you often want your decks to have an exact purpose, just want to make sure you get that win against the aggro, and that's what BunnyHoppor's Warlock seems to be tech like, having that Tainted Zealot that makes Defile clears easier, having that,
with the Maul Coil and Drain Soul.
having that Drain Soul for that synergy, and yeah, it's working for him.
Dr. J has 2 minions in his hand, which he would like to be 0 mana, but unfortunately are not going to be 0 mana.
Yeah, that's just the kind of position where you don't really have a lot of hopes as the rogue.
You've probably just got to go with Creeper Minstrel here, and
Yeah.
just hope for the best. Swashbuckle into like a Nether or something.
But getting through those Void Lord taunts, that's what we said before the matchup, right? If once that Void Lord comes out, if you don't have a Spellbreaker as the rogue, you just can't really deal with it. Yeah, at this point, BunnyHoppor just... Yeah, staying focused, not trying to not mess up, but I think he was comfortable going in this matchup, and the way the matchup played, we saw why.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tools.
Looks like he's
stuff
probably
as
just
well.
going to be going all out here. Tar Creeper, Firefly, Edwin.
That's what you gotta do, right?
You have to be a bit gung-ho here if you're going to have a chance.
I mean, the Halfian is not gonna discard a card if your hand's empty.
Yeah, that is true. And a
Yes.
3-mana 3/6 sounds like a pretty good card to me. It's not quite a 0-mana
Only-
5/5, but...
It's not that great when the requirement is that your hand has to be empty, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean... BunnyHoppor recognizing that... Dr. Chase going... The only question now is there some sort of Defile clear that he's spotting that would make him consider not using the Twisting Nether here?
Apparently not.
If it's worth it even to rather do that Defile clear.
I mean, I think it's
Just
completely
about
safe
one.
here, right? Because next turn you just want to slam your Gul'dan.
Yeah. Which should seal the deal then.
Halffiend actually got played this game. PogChamp.
Yeah. You won a tournament with that card, huh?
I did win a tournament with that card, yeah. Believe
Just-
it or not.
Just get the... Yeah, just get the whatever legendary that is. That
Zavas.
no one else plays. Just get it on the infinite loop and play a 2-mana 8/8.
Seems good. But yeah, you're through to tomorrow's 7th class. What do you think about your lineup as What's good about your lineup? What's carrying you through?
Draws and RNG.
Draws and RNG. Sounds like classic Hearthstone shenanigans.
Nah, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend it's all skill just because I'm winning.
So many
Hate it when people do that.
There is a lot of RNG when you're playing Evolve.
Yeah.
Evolve is just an RNG fiesta, which is great.
It's true.
Who doesn't love an RNG fiesta, right? So Dr. J is just completely out of steam here. BunnyHoppor should be able to clean this up no problem. Well, unfortunately discarding 0 cards from Dr. J's hand.
Don't think you feel too bad about it.
And that is a Nazoth, okay.
You can... Alright.
I mean, that's, yeah. That's bottom right there.
I mean, you could just play anything. You'd have to try really hard to lose that game as long as you use your mana.
Yeah. There's a point in the game where Dr. J is just like, maybe I can still have a chance, I should not concede yet, you know, I can just keep fighting for a little bit, and then you see Nazoth and you're like, screw it, get me out of here. Next game. Yeah.
However, he does have I believe he does have a Jade Druid in his lineup, I see. Dr. J.
Like the 4th time.
I know. Just look at the screen. You see
yeah, no, he's got a Druid. Is it Jade?
I'm pretty sure it is a Jade.
Okay. I mean, I think Druid as a whole has been doing really well in this tournament. There's a lot of slow decks, so Jade Druid's been doing really well. That also means that Big Druid does well as well, because Big Druid is also quite good against a lot of slow decks.
Alright, jumping into the game. And
the Druid is...
We can see there is a Jade Behemoth in the deck. I'm pretty sure that card's only worth it if you play all the other Jade cards as well.
I've seen some Behemoths in Big Druid. Kappa.
Sure. I mean, just that Fen Creeper that also summons a Wisp for 1 more mana is worth it to me. Alright.
Okay, well, Dr. J's hand is not looking too juicy. When he gets to the Maya Keeper and the Nourish, he's pretty happy, but no Wild Growth or Jade Blossom.
Yeah, but BunnyHoppor, I don't think he runs a Geist, and he, with the double tainted Zealot and Drain Life, his Warlock list seems to be really defensive, so the only way you really beat Druid is by being the aggressor if you don't run a Geist, so therefore I think we're gonna see a Druid victory in this game.
Yeah,
but you never know.
Druid is definitely massively favoured. BunnyHoppor needs to kind of get early demons out, try and get some damage through, and then be in a kind of favourable position when he's playing the Death Knight or Nazoth, then using them to finish the job. I wouldn't like to see a Barnes here. I think just like kind of Mistress with a 2-drop would be fine. Thalnos or something.
Yeah. I mean, the best thing that could go BunnyHoppor's way would be just somehow getting a early Void Lord out. But even then, Void Lord is only as strong as that card is against aggressive decks, but if you try to be the aggressor yourself, your 9-drop having only 3 attack doesn't really help you killing your opponent that much.
That's true. Especially when the Druids use their Death Knight and they're just gaining 3 every turn.
Exactly.
So if he's going to play Barnes here, the best target is without a doubt the Possessed Lackey.
And...
that's a Mistress Mixtures.
Trust me.
Doesn't do that much.
Yeah, Void Lord is obviously really good as well from Barnes because you get the Void Walkers from the Death Rattle, but with the Possessed Lackey you actually get the full 3/9 body of the Void Lord.
Yeah.
There's an Ire.
There's an Iron Hand.
It's a pretty good card.
Ramping with Nourish. I believe the Spreading Plague is probably still the strongest play you have. Like right now.
Right now? What, the trade into the 3/4 and
play the Arcane and play the Arcane.
It is pretty strong. I mean, if he Nourishes though, he can start doing kind of 2 things every turn rather than... He can still play the Giant as well. Tyrant, sorry.
The thing is just once you're ahead on board, the Spreading Plague doesn't really do much. Like right now, it enables a 0 mana 4/4.
Do you need it to do much though? I think you could just go the whole game without playing the card.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, you still you don't really want to have a... There are stages where you have Ultimate Infestation and maybe some other draw in your hand. You don't really want to have that clunky card in the hand in that point, so...
Okay.
Yeah, I really agree with Dr. J's play, just making use of that Spreading Plague as long as you can.
BunnyHoppor has drawn Rin, which could actually be huge in this matchup. Like, Dr. J can have the Jade Idol, which he can hold in hand, which means that he can never run out of stuff, but
It's just so hard to find a time to play those
it is.
heavily understated minions that don't really impact the board.
But
Actually don't impact the board at all.
it might be the only chance he's got.
I think it's, yeah,
Because
one of the better chances
we
he
were
has.
talking a minute ago about the way the BunnyHoppor wins his matchup is generally by playing a lot of demons and applying a little bit of pressure and then finishing with the Death Knight on a Zoth. But BunnyHoppor is behind on board right now. He doesn't have the tools to be aggressive or anything. So maybe Azari, that's what it's called, right? Azari?
Sorry,
10-10?
that's the 10-10.
Yeah, that might be his best chance here.
I'd like to see. Well, this is fine. I don't know if there's a Siphon Soul in BunnyHoppor's deck. Have you seen it yet?
We
Yes.
haven't actually seen one yet, no.
Did he activate his Spellstone already?
The Spellstone is currently dealing 3 damage. So
Yeah, that's a really... I believe Dr. J considered all of that. And yeah, my first instinct would have been to just play Aya here. Get your future Jades bigger, but that Fentril is really hard to answer for BunnyHoppor if there's in fact no Siphon Soul in the deck and
Also, maybe
the Spellstone isn't buffed.
Maybe Dr. J's just thinking that he wants to get some cycle going because he knows that Rin's been played, so BunnyHoppor has the potential to get Azari. But as soon as Dr. J does draw the Jade Idol, he can be in a very comfortable position.
Yeah, pretty sure that's a good turn for Thalnos combined with the Defile.
Thalnos Defile is pretty good, but Thalnos' Zealot Defile is really good later on as well. We could even just see like
It's... yeah, that's actually just fine.
Okay.
He just uses that Mortal Coil as long as he can. And I think, yeah, we will still see a Thalnos plus Defile.
I mean, maybe he's thinking about playing the Sacked here. Oh,
Alright.
he goes with the Seal.
Yeah,
Wow.
leaving Fentril up.
Yeah, Nourish is really, really powerful, that Fangel on board. Let's see if Dr. J can find a Jade Idol, because that will make all the difference.
I mean, I don't really blame BunnyHoppor for doing that.
Oh, there's a Jade Idol.
It's obviously not the strongest play, tempo-wise, but he might just be telling himself, alright, I play a really defensive Warlock deck. I don't really beat the J to it by just removing his minions.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the time Control Warlock doesn't really need kind of tempo. Like, if you fall massively behind on the board, the Warlock is a deck that can deal with that pretty easily.
So I think BunnyHoppor just thought, hey,
Whoa! BunnyHoppor will not be happy to see Twisted Nether discarded there. Nether is insanely good in this matchup.
yeah,
Looks like we might see a Defile Seal here. Defile is a full clear. This is actually a sweet Defile.
I'm making sure he doesn't attack first.
He's really going for the seals here. I love it.
Yeah, no, what I was about to say is that BunnyHoppor probably just thinks, hey, if I want to win this matchup somehow, even though it's unlikely, the Seals probably will have to carry.
Yeah.
And that's just what he's doing. Usually, from my experience, there are just stages where you, every turn, force the Warlock to be reactive as J-Druid, else you just kill him. So it doesn't work, but again, really tough matchup for BunnyHoppor.
So BunnyHoppor could go with some kind of clear here, maybe Hellfire, even come out with the Thalnos to finish off the 4-4 that will come out of Aya. He could also just chill out a bit and Tar Creeper and play the next Seal.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. It's like he just knows he can't be too reactive if he wants to win. Somehow, even though it's unlikely, just
I mean, even if he does it every turn, like play Seal and play Seal and play Azari, it's still going to take him 3 turns.
yeah, especially since even if you get to the point where you have Azari, you don't always, like, you might just destroy opponent's deck, but you might die.
You might die, yeah.
At that point where you play 10 mana, that does 10 mana 10-10, that doesn't impact the board at all. Also, another thing is, Druid just it's not only the pressure, but it's only also the fact that Druid just cycles so fast through the deck, and as long as they're holding on to one Jade Idol, they can still go infinite.
Yeah.
Even if you destroy the deck with Sorry.
Whoa. DrJikininki going for the UI, even though he knows he's going to overdraw. Wow, maybe he was hoping to draw the Arcane Tyrant there. Unfortunately, he overdraws it. We would have loved that to be one of the previous cards, but never mind.
He has a Jade Idol in hand. Like, the worst thing that can happen is, yeah, just overdrawing some somewhat important card. Doesn't mean he's gonna run out of cards entirely.
Geist is probably the worst thing that could happen, right? It's gotta be the worst.
Yeah, no, but I mean, from Dr. J's point of view, I'm pretty sure if BunnyHoppor was playing Geist, he'd be aware of it. So, yeah, I like it. I like it. I feel like people often tend to be afraid of overdrawing with Ultimate Infestation, but if it's just the strongest play you have, even though you overdraw 2 cards, you just go for it.
Yeah, especially when you got the Jade Idol in hand. Like, if you kind of start overdrawing, I mean, obviously he's played like Fangel as well, but if you start overdrawing Jade Idols, that can put you in a tricky spot. So Dr. J's got a lot of options here. We can see some G's, we can see the Death Knight, and we're imagining we're not going to see Ultimate Infestation with a hand like this. See what he's going to go for.
Just starts the turn with Rev. 1. Probably gonna shuffle the Jade Idol here and...
Probably going to shuffle the Jade Idol.
No, that's that's not gonna happen, right? I mean, if there's a small chance, right, that you're gonna have 3 Jade Idols left in your hand, and he somehow finds the time to get to the Sari. But yeah, Dr. J just making sure that's not gonna happen. Even if you destroy my deck, I can still shuffle Jade Idols back in.
I mean, one of the problems with Jade Idol later in the game, so when you are shuffling it back in your deck over and over again and you can't run out of cards, it can still be very slow, because you only draw 1 a turn.
Yeah.
Unless you have a lot of card draw in your hand, you can just draw 1 Jade a turn, and the Warlock can kind of out-tempo that. And
That's true, but I feel like it's less of an issue now. I mean, ever since the Druid got branching paths, in those matchups where you really might get to that point that you summon big Jades, but not fast enough.
the final seal's in hand. It's exciting. It's always exciting. To be fair, though, Dr. J doesn't actually have much of a deck left. Dr. J has 6 cards. So...
yeah. And he still needs to play a 6/6 and a 10/10, right?
yeah.
That's exactly it. It's... you just... I mean... I still like that BunnyHoppor tried to get there, since he knows he can't win by just being reactive. He has to somehow do something about this,
right?
but...
he's play it now, right? And then he has the option to go for it next turn.
It's still, yeah. But it's still, it's so hard. That Warlock really looks extremely tacked against aggressive decks.
Yeah, it does. The Spellstone is currently dealing 3 damage, which isn't very impactful here at all, so we're probably going to need to see a taunt to protect the face. And Azori's in hand. Now at this point, BunnyHoppor needs to kind of make sure he's playing some big minions every turn, because if BunnyHoppor has a turn where he doesn't apply much pressure, if Dr. J has a turn when he doesn't apply much pressure, then BunnyHoppor can just slam the Azori. So Dr. J needs to make sure that BunnyHoppor can't just do that.
Yeah. Again, if he slams it, there's still a Jade Idol in hand.
Yeah.
So you just gotta make sure you somehow don't overcommit into an AoE, like a Twisting Nether, too much. While at the same time, it's not always that easy for the J Druid in this matchup, because you don't want to overcommit. At the same time, you also don't want to give the Warlock time to do proactive plays.
Right.
So the tricky part is to find the balance. But I'm pretty sure if you just do the right decisions in those situations, you're gonna get where you need to get.
Death is eternal. My turn is not.
Prodigy pass for a draw, I guess. Oh, attack. Wow. Oh.
Wait, that's not...
Yeah, it's not lethal, but it's a lot of damage.
He's putting him to 4, decided to... Like, his thought is, hey, you can't play Asari
Yeah.
if you die to Ultimate Infestation the turn after. I'm still not sure if I agree with it 100%, since personally I just love... You can't draw enough as Jade Druid, even in the latest stages of the game. Once there are only Jade Idols in your deck, the strongest thing you can do is just draw them and play them and reshuffle them. Those draw a card has like some incredible value if that card is a 1-mana 10/10. Anyways, I get his reasoning for the play.
So BunnyHoppor's only on 4 health, so he's probably going to want to restore some health here. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the 1-mana spell.
Yeah,
to get some healing
I think so as well, right? That's what you do. Just make sure he doesn't miss that 1 damage to the face, even though it's probably not very relevant, but yeah. Also getting that Void Lord up to maybe have the time to play Asari.
Yeah, you might do. I mean, you're going to have 3 Void Walkers next turn, assuming this 9/7 is going to trade into it. What's Dr. J's best way of applying pressure here? I mean, it would probably be just Jade Behemoth, Jade Idol, Hero Power, but he's definitely not wanting to use that Jade Idol.
Yeah, I like just hero powering. I mean, Jade Idol, yeah, for sure is not going to use that, but just killing that 1/3 taunt that could potentially stop like 8-9 damage with the hero power, I think it's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not. We still haven't seen Siphon Souls, right? Like Siphon Soul
No.
would be pretty useful right now.
At this point, I think he doesn't run it. Argument for cutting Siphon Souls is probably just that you got a Spellstone that can deal 7 damage and remove a Siphon Soul target for 2 mana less and heal for 4 mana for 4 health more.
I mean, but removing big minions is kind of important in Control Warlock. Control Warlock has so many AoEs, like it's really easy to deal with decks that flood the board. But as soon as decks start playing kind of like one chunky minion at a time, like Jade Druid does, then it's a lot harder to deal with. And so Siphon Soul and Spellstone are really kind of useful for that. So maybe you want to play like the Spellstones and like one Siphon Soul. Not sure.
Yeah.
Really, I'm thinking about the Zealot here. We're gonna see a Hellfire.
Going for the Hellfire clear.
Pretty nice.
Yeah. Also with the Spellstone pushes some extra damage. Leaves a 6/1 on the board that has to be dealt with, and as we can see, there's no efficient way for Ray C to do that. I'm so sorry.
So Dr. J could Spreading Plague here, but Spreading Plague, one time when Spreading Plague is really useful in this matchup is right after BunnyHoppor's used the Death Knight or Nuzzoth.
Yeah. Not drawing those, also not too fortunate for BunnyHoppor.
So once again, BunnyHoppor can't play Azari.
Nope. You're just making sure as the Jade Druid that they won't have the time to play that card. But even if they do, right? Your next turn gonna take 1 fatigue damage, and you can just go for Jade Idol, Nourish, shuffle, play 2 Jade Idols, and then shuffle again. Or maybe shuffle twice so you can Ultimate Infestation the turn after, so...
Yeah,
that...
What if we're going to see a Hellfire here? No.
Nope, just removing that big Jade.
Rip.
BunnyHoppor also knowing that last Jade is gonna be the second Jade Idol. And... how many cards are there left in? There are 2 cards left in...
2 in Dr. J's
Dr.
deck.
J's deck.
And
So he
6 in BunnyHoppor's.
He can just shuffle the Jade Idols. Make sure he draws at least one of them.
Yeah.
Which he could keep as his last.
I mean, this Twisting Nether is going to be really important for BunnyHoppor. Like, if he's going to have a chance in this game, he needs to kind of get the Twisting Nether on as many Jade Golems as possible. I'd imagine Dr. J just goes maybe
Shades,
2 here.
Shuffle and another idol.
I think
Is he
3
gonna
would be too
shuffle it?
much.
Yeah, exactly. Pure. Again, it's. You don't need to shuffle it exactly. I mean, you could have shuffled it. Guess you decide to hero power instead.
Wow, does BunnyHoppor even have to just nether here? Maybe. Maybe.
I mean, definitely, right? Dying is not an
You
alternative.
can tap into that Siphon Soul that may or may not be in your deck.
Alright, so. Anyways, it's still looking not too bad for BunnyHoppor. I mean, that's the last Jade Idol. He needs to shuffle that Jade Idol now, Dr. J. And definitely can. I mean, he could Branching Paths and develop some Jades. However, if he gets that Nasoth here, he can just resurrect the Void Lords.
I mean, he has to draw cards for the Branching Paths, right?
Yeah.
And then
sure.
maybe even
I
shuffle
think
again.
The awkward thing about Dr. J's hand is the second Ultimate Infestation.
Yeah.
Like, as strong as Ultimate Infestation is, but in turns like this, where an Nasoth or a Gul'dan can come down, just having that Firelands portal tempo on board is not really something you're looking forward to.
Death is eternal. My turn is not.
Alright,
Just 2 damage to a minion.
Dr. J seems to be committing to playing the Ultimate Infestation next turn. Nope.
Ooh.
Um,
Ooh.
again, he can play it next turn, right?
Yeah, I quite like just slamming Death Knight here.
Yeah, I mean, maybe BunnyHoppor's gonna get there. I think it's a really hard matchup to play.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Druid has some kind of health gain. They've obviously got the hero power right now. I think that Ultimate Infestation, but...
Yeah, and also resurrecting demons. I actually think BunnyHoppor got this. That's very well played. I mean, I'm sorry, but I just don't see how Dr. J can get there. There's
So,
no Spreading Plague in hand.
You can
there's
trade into the 3/9.
no taunt. I don't think he gets there. No, that was well played by BunnyHoppor. Even though Nasoth and Gul'dan were the last cards, were very deep in the deck, right? Nasoth and Gul'dan.
Yeah.
He still gets that win.
Well, it's
Maybe
not
getting a bit fortunate, resurrecting the 6/6 and a 5/5.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's not there just yet. But he's gonna be.
those 1/3 taunts just stop the Jades from doing something, and then he's gonna push 11 over 2 turns.
It's actually crazy how good Void Walkers are against Jade Druid. I've seen this
Yeah.
kind of multiple times today. Like, the Void Lord itself, it's pretty easy for Jades to get through, but it just takes them a long time. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't kill much of the Jade's stuff, but it just stalls them a lot.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised. I feel like not drawing those cards from Branching Paths, instead using it for damage. I saw what he was trying to do with it, but
Yeah.
I mean,
That's lethal, right? 11 plus 5, 16, 19,
5, 16.
22.
Yeah, 22.
That is that. Really impressive, actually.
That was well played.
Because this
by
is such a
BunnyHoppor.
bad matchup for the Warlock, and I hope BunnyHoppor actually sees this.
I don't think. I think Dr. J played I feel like he played really well for most part of the series.
Yeah.
But I personally just think matchups like these is where you really gotta value your card draw.
Yeah.
You don't wanna be in a situation like this where you have really big Jades, but
Whoa!
Oh,
BunnyHoppor's
no.
missing lethal.
are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
Are you kidding me?
Wow, BunnyHoppor's played so well through this whole series, and he's literally just missed lethal. And that
No
could
way.
cost him the game, potentially.
I think he's still gonna win, but
I
I think he's still gonna win. Like, I don't. But he just missed that lethal. I can't believe this.
He did
like,
just miss lethal.
we were just talking about how well he played.
I know. Yes, forget everything we said about how well BunnyHoppor played.
if he puts Dr. J on exactly the cards Ultimate Infestation second swipe because he was tracking well.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for missing that lethal because actually there's no way he loses.
I don't blame him for
guess.
missing lethal. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean you should never miss lethal, obviously. But, I mean, he doesn't lose like this either, right? He still wins.
He still wins. But
And I think he just has that super defensive mindset where every turn you're not really thinking about being aggressive.
Yeah,
But,
you're definitely not thinking about
yeah,
it. But
I
it
mean,
needs to always be
you
there.
shouldn't miss lethal. There's not a lot of excuse for that, but
Like, this is probably one of the times people miss lethal the most is this kind of situation where they are trying to be defensive and
you're
they're
playing defensive the
yeah,
entire
exactly.
game. Yeah.
So I do kind of get what you're saying, but it's always something you have to be aware of because you can sometimes sneak victories you don't expect to get.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Whatever.
There we go.
It's not a misplay if you win. It's just
It's
extended
not a
BF.
misplay if you win. Apparently, Twitch chat. According to 7th class, missing lethal is not a misplay if you still win.
I kind of want to talk to BunnyHoppor now.
I know. I'm not sure if he's coming through or not. Do we get
We'll
an interview?
see.
Or?
That was.
But yeah,
that was well played.
I can't actually believe
until
it
that
was
very last thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna as soon as he's after this, I'm gonna run up to him and shake him and say, "You missed lethal," and he'll be like, "I don't think he'll even realize that's the thing."
I
He
don't-
was
I
in
don't
such-
think
Sorry.
so. Okay.
Oh, there is a
so
winner's
but
interview.
We just heard
He is coming.
BunnyHoppor will
Okay.
be coming to us.
Yeah, this is the first
for the
thing we're gonna
winner's
tell him.
interview. And yeah, let's see if he knows.
I wonder if because
I don't think he
Dr.
does.
J.
I don't think he.
Well, the
knows
thing
he
is,
missed
Dr.
it.
J might not know because he might have forgot that the Hellfire was in hand. So Dr. J might have not known either.
Yeah.
Unless he was tracking really well and was aware that the Hellfire was there. But yeah, anyway, other than that one turn, a really well played
That
series
was
by
really
BunnyHoppor.
well played with
It
the
was.
Warlock.
It
I mean,
was.
I honestly didn't see that coming. I don't think it was perfect from a Jade Druid's part, but I feel like it's one of those matchups where the Jade Druid, you don't get enough credits for playing it well, because it can be punishing, especially with the Void Lord now. There's so much taunt to go through, and even if you have the biggest Jades, they're not very useful if you attack into 1/3 Void Caller.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the problem for the
I don't
Warlock,
think it's that
though-
easy to navigate.
Yeah, I agree with that. The problem with the Warlock is generally how do you actually kill the Druid? Like, it's pretty easy to survive for a long time, but how do you actually switch it up? Here we go. We have BunnyHoppor and Dr. J right here. And first things first, I have to say, BunnyHoppor, are you aware that you miss lethal?
Am I aware that I missed lethal?
Yes.
Yes, he was on 22 HP.
I was like, Enzoth wins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you were,
yeah,
that's what we
Like,
thought.
I was like, no, just because when a Hellfire and I suck your face, then you just take fatigue damage and it's exactly lethal.
no, it actually
Right?
was without fatigue.
Without
damage.
without
Mm.
fatigue?
Without fatigue
Okay,
damage.
yeah, like, I don't know. I was like, okay, so he probably calculated it in a way that it's not lethal. So then I probably, I just skipped it because I thought, well, he will never do something where he's dead on board, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I thought Enzoth always wins. If I didn't have Enzoth, I probably would have calculated that.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Senf was saying that it was probably used in a super defensive mindset and kind of weren't thinking about the amount of damage.
I was
on
just
board,
thinking like Enzoth wins, so just do that rather than like
but- Yeah.
rather than just like calculate it and then rope out and screw something up with the trades.
Yeah, Senf said a missing lethal isn't actually a misplay if you win anyway, so you didn't even misplay. It's fine.
All right.
No, I mean, what I said was that if you're... at that point, obviously, I think you had to go for the other Jade Idol and just believe for the last one. If you track the idols and you see that you can just win with Nasoth, I
Yeah.
don't blame you too much. However,
But yeah,
it was Miss Lethal.
Yeah.
but yeah.
Well,
Anyway, congratulations for
that's-
winning. How do you feel the series went as a whole?
I was really happy that I won the first game, because I mean, I knew my Warlock was like strong, but I thought I had like no way of beating the Jade Druid. Even though against the game I played against Casey earlier, I think I got like super close to beating that once before. But I was just hoping that I could just run him over with Rogue actually,
Oh,
and would not even play the other decks.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's one game where you both drew patches, which was pretty entertaining.
As soon as I opened patches, I was like, oh my god.
I thought my keep was also like just keeping 2 backstabs. I think is a little bit too much, especially now that you have more good draws, right? The corridor creepers are just insane. You want to have them in your opening hand, and I don't know. The cards that I used to want in my opening hands were like super limited, but I think 2 backstops it's probably just bad now.
Yeah.
But I hadn't come into this situation before. I hadn't really played that much aggro rogue, but yeah, I realized it was bad. Like turn 4, I was like, yeah, even if I could have backstopped something, one of them would be stuck in my hand, then be out of cards.
Yeah.
And Dr. J, unfortunately, lost the series, but you're not out yet.
Yeah,
You'll be playing the Deciders match in a bit. Any thoughts on how that series went? Anything you could have done differently, or?
I'm not sure. It's hard to tell what I could have done differently. That was a really long series. Sorry. I'm not sure what I could have done differently. It was a really long series, a good game. I still got another game, so I'm just gonna go ahead and focus on that. Did y'all see anything that you didn't like, or like you felt like I messed up on? Was there anything really?
Well, there was that one turn where I think Asari just came in his hand and you'd put him to 4 HP.
You didn't like that?
Yeah, what was your thought process? Was probably just he can't slam it. I can finish him with Ultimate Infestation. I force him to heal and kind of react to the board. I don't know. I just personally always love saving the draw for endgame with branching paths.
That makes sense.
Just because you don't want to be stuck in that situation where you can't refill with Jade Idols. But other than that, no, I thought it was a well-played series from both sides. It was, definitely much better than some of the other series I've watched in this event, especially on day
Any
one.
series in particular?
I felt that was super awkward though. Him putting me to 4 because I know.
Yeah, it was awkward for you. It was awkward for you, but you.
My plan for that turn wasn't actually to slam the Devourer. My plan for that turn was to actually set up with the Void Lord, and then just kind of run him out of Jade. So whenever he shuffles, I just explode his deck then, rather than exploding it right away. And yeah, because I know he has swipe in hand, or that just telegraphs that he has swipe in hand. That actually made my turn super awkward. That's also why I roped that turn.
You were on an awkward spot, but I just it's not always that easy to argue. I think that specific matchup like Warlock versus Jade Druid, it's not that easy to play perfectly since there's so much stuff like twisting netters, and you don't want to overcommit into AoE, but at the same time you gotta keep up the pressure.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Not give them the time. So yeah, I feel like it's just, especially with the Void Lords, it's just become much harder and probably a matchup that doesn't get as much credits as it should. I think can get really tricky at times. All right,
Wicked.
Switcheroo.
Okay, well, thanks for watching, everybody. Great series from both sides. Congratulations once again, BunnyHoppor, and we'll see you in the top 8 tomorrow.
Thanks.
And losers match will be up next, so look forward to that. And Dr. J will be back for the deciders match a bit later. So stick around and see you in a bit.